Alright, hello there everyone, and welcome back to Corey Loses for the finale of our New Republic playthrough in Thrawn's Revenge. So this playthrough has been going on for several months now, and we are here at the end. We have a few planets belonging to each faction still to take. I don't think we're going to take every single planet, but our primary goal will be to take all the major shipyards, destroy the SSDs that are still floating around. And then we'll probably go over to the Maw, kill Dala, and see how we do with some of the Yavins over here. But let's start off. I kind of want to start off by popping some of these guys over into our boarding shuttle fleet here at Vandemir, and we're gonna go
Construction complete.
into Mandalore. So step one is capturing some Kadal base. Marmar's asking, can we destroy Utok's Prentiok? But he's just recently gained prominence in an Eckhart's Ladder video. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. That just seems kind of rude to do. Like the peak of his career. Alright. We're gonna see if we can
Telemetry received. Yes, sir.
grab any of them.
Moving to coordinates.
But yeah, so this is going to be the final stream of this playthrough. After this, we're going to be moving the Empire of the Hand playthrough
Moving out.
to streams, and we will be starting a CIS playthrough next week. So we're going to have some fresh stuff coming in as we are about to head into beta testing for Fall of the Republic. And I need to shut Facebook. There we go. We are going to also have a single stream Galactic Conquest coming up. Not sure which faction we'll be doing for that yet, but that will be happening. Hello, everyone.
Yes, Admiral. Nebula class reporting in. Yes, sir.
So let's see if we can avoid killing them. I don't know if we will be able to avoid killing them.
Encountering resistance. Look out!
Star Destroyer here. Nebula class on standby. Focus fire on the guns. We're on our way.
All right, let's try to grab this one.
Commando squads are standing. Lock and load, man. We've got our target.
That one's too far.
Copy that, Admiral. We're moving.
Yeah, I did want to kill the Crusaders first. There we go. Come on.
Yes, Admiral. Nebula class reporting in.
Weapons online. Weapons charged.
This one's gonna die.
Yes, sir. Open fire. Attack the gun
Uh,
emplacements. Commencing attack.
We can't take hits like
Star
that.
Destroyer here.
all right. We might end up losing this one.
Class on standby.
Commando squads are standing. We'll make a fly in addition to our fleet. We're drawing the fire. Joining fleet at new rally.
Nebula class reporting in.
What shit do you want?
It's not the best setup that we've got here.
What shit do you want? We can't take hits like that.
All right, let's switch to some of the other ones. Well, that one
Nebula
died.
class on standby.
Commando squads are standing by.
Yes, Admiral.
Okay, let's swap you over there, you over there,
Nebula class
you over there,
reporting in. Yes, sir. Awaiting your orders.
and
What shit do you want, sir?
Yes, sir.
Can I kill that Crusader?
Star Destroyer here. Take out their weapon
You want
batteries.
that? You want that?
Weapons armed.
It's just they had everything in the back there. Say the Invincible is usually underrated. I do think that is the case.
Commando squads are standing by.
Hangar's taking severe damage.
It will make a fly to issue to our fleet.
Computer engines. Nebula class on standby. We're inbound. Open fire.
This is a bit of a mess.
Target those lasers.
Boarding shuttle awaiting target. Proceeding to ambush.
Yes, sir.
You can't take hits like that.
Your thrusters out. Waiting orders.
What shit do you want?
No! Oh my god.
Escort.
Rip. We've done that much better. I could just reload. Oh well.
Yes, sir.
Retreat in progress.
Let's retreat so we don't kill them. Then maybe we'll be able to come back and get the rest. Do it better.
I'm losing power. They ruptured our engines.
Generally, like, the corvettes get spread out in front, so I was kind of hoping we'd be able to pick them off that way. But we'll just go back and do what the original plan was with these guys. Let's see. Oh, they're dead. We'll get Thunderchild back. Loco. Galagus. We did get a Cadalbe out. Somehow.
Construction complete.
Wait. Okay.
Majestic cruiser standing by.
Well, I don't want to build them.
Approaching.
I just want to kill them. Or I want to board them and then get them killed. Alright, they are indeed coming in at Scarl, but they're not sending the SSD. Strange. Alright, well, we wanted Merkier. So we're gonna take out these Zinch forces.
We've located the enemy.
The plan was gonna be just to capture those 5, but they don't like it.
Choose your
On our
Alright.
way.
Queen's
reinforcements
Revenge.
Around.
Superior Model. Pride of Sullust. Ether. Justice. Radar. Master Spark. Off Syrup. And Starfire. I just wanted to actually get in here before the enemy fleets got to our planets. Otherwise, we would have had more units with waiting for the rest for the attack, but kill these adzes.
Awaiting your command. Moving to coordinates.
All the ion cannons from the adzes are very powerful.
Your command, sir.
Alright,
Targeting.
get the power to weapons going.
Countering resistance. Our target priority is the laser. Ready.
Should start seeing some more, or some new low orbit models soon. Dr. Nick just redid the ice one, so that's handy. And we're going to be working on getting the rest done. Hopefully that'll be something that we can do before the 3.1 release and the 1.1 release, but we are about to be entering testing with Fall of the Republic, so there won't be too much new stuff done. We're kind of at the point where we're cutting off any content additions and just moving into like cleanup and testing. But those are typically just like direct asset swaps, so. Both victory connections to be taking Cap and Dread shipyards and taking all the other factors major navies. It's kind of just going to be, we're going to go primarily for the shipyards and some of these big targets like the SSDs, and we'll see how far we can get in the time we have, in a reasonable amount of time.
Copy. Our hangar has been disabled. We'll take out their guns.
Our launch bay is gone. Open fire.
Yes, sir.
This is getting dangerous.
I copy.
That's got him.
Battleship responding.
Class frigate reporting.
The ads are hurting.
Locking on. Your orders?
Yes, sir.
Enemies in
Prepare
range.
for jump to hyperspace.
They've taken out our launch
Let's go in for another attempt.
Keep your eyes open. Head.
Matthew's asking, Revenge Revenge on the back burner while the updates for Fall the Republic and TR iron out. Not really, because like the main stuff with Revenge Revenge is the assets. So we're not making any new assets for 1.1 or 3.1 right now, obviously, because we're not going to be adding anything else. Did that get popped into? Yeah, that did. Yeah, we're not making new assets for those mods, and like
Construction complete.
basically it's still where it was, where me, Aceratul, and Terrible are all working on different stuff. So the Paladin model I'm working on, and Expedable I'm working on. Aceratul's making the... turn this down. I don't know if it's too loud on the stream or just in mine, but yeah, like it very rarely is the case where it's like, oh, we're working on just this project now, or just this project. There's different elements. It's a large enough team that people are working on different things simultaneously. So like my art projects right now are Revenge Revenge related. Aceratul is making 2 Revenge Revenge units. Terrible just finished the Kendo
Yes,
C.
sir. Awaiting your orders.
And that's what that mod needs, is the art assets. So that's basically how that goes. 3.1 change anything in terms of gameplay apart from the current influence unit. There's been a lot of balance change, a lot of the back-end changes to how the air framework works, which doesn't necessarily change much in-game, but it does mean that you can choose to start in Isard or Jax's eras. There have been a few other changes along those lines. Like there was a decent bit done. It's just
frigate reporting. Setting course.
the focus wasn't on too many huge systematic changes in game.
Armed and ready.
There's still a fair amount that has been worked on.
Taking
You need to get back here.
They're hitting us. I've got him lined up.
I think we can probably just
Cannons on.
post in behind the goal
Awaiting
in
your
here.
orders.
Copy. I copy. Plotting course. Roger that. I can't hold out.
Glad they didn't send the Executor. If this VSD is up alone, then that's good. We can kill that.
Another pass? I've got a problem. Ah!
Space
Would the
station
Chiss or Empire
under
they
attack.
have any SSDs around? No. Those factions, neither of those factions will get an SSD. The Chiss would be more likely than the Empire of the Hand.
Form up.
But even then, like, an SSD for them would not be the same as an SSD for other factions. Maybe just like a bigger battlecruiser.
Yes, Commander. Moving
That's
into
closer to like the
position.
3,000 meter length.
Yes, Commander.
Coming around.
Reinforcements on route.
Well, we might be killing Ardax first, which would be good to get rid of even the small bonus he does have. Alright, I will turn the music down a bit. There we go.
Target locked.
Station ready. Awaiting orders.
Because, like, there was the Imperial Reign announcement a couple days ago,
Where'd he go?
where Imperial Reign is
Assault frigate here.
almost entirely coding work.
Form up.
That'll be needed there, design and coding work, rather than any asset work. Like, we'll need to make Death Star, basically, but other than that, for the most part, like, there's other stuff too, but for the most part, we'd be able to make a full Galactic Civil War mod as far as the actual content is, without having to worry too much about adding any assets at all.
Anything to help, sir.
Whereas Revenge Revenge, most of the mechanics and stuff
Yes, sir.
would be lower priority because there's not as many assets to work with, so the work there does go into the assets.
Fire at will.
Then with like Fall of the Republic and TR, there's a lot of like bug fixes and that kind of thing. But the work kind of does go in different directions for each of them, and it just depends on what any individual person wants to work on at any time.
Excellent shot.
Just got an SSD that go against the basic strategy deals with what Thrawn's ideology is. Well, Thrawn
Space station
Thrawn is a Chiss, but he isn't the Chiss. So his beliefs wouldn't necessarily factor as heavily into what the Chiss are doing as they do into the Empire of the Hand. Ardax went back to get some heals.
Corona class frigate reporting.
Ready to engage. Holding fire.
You're gonna do power weapons. Robot skills. See if we can pop the engines off of there. Alright. Good. Now fall back off. That. Right. X-Wings, go for bombers.
Anything to help, sir.
You guys fall back now too. You did a good pass.
Yes, sir. Awaiting your orders. Roger that. On the move.
Does the Vong have fleet coordination? How will that affect the game in space land battles? I mean, they'd be like command bonuses, that kind of thing. applied in different ways. It wouldn't be like they can't fight unless they have a Dobu base leader or something. It still has to be Empire at War. They'd have probably like war coordinator units that give those kind of command bonuses as kind of like minor hero type things, but it's not like if they die they just can't do anything. That wouldn't be very fun for how Empire at War works. But we also aren't very far along with planning Yuzan Vong mechanics yet. That won't come for a long time. Because that kind of thing wouldn't even really be handled until after the ran even as an event. It's just basic unit mechanics that would be started off with. Too bad about that assault frigate. So let's see. My favorite NJO books? Trader is really good. I think Trader might be the best one. Matthew Stover, I feel like doesn't get enough appreciation for how good his books usually are in Star Wars. Where you almost never really hear his, like, people will talk about how good like the Episode 3 novelization is, but you very rarely hear people talk about like Matt Stover directly. Kind of forced everything back. And we're not even... our shields aren't even down on this. Right, see if you can... nope. Hold on. There. See if you can pull back a little bit. There we go.
I've got my approach vector. That's got him.
Yeah, I will be doing a video... either one video or 4 videos kind of going over what the focus is with each mod, kind of going over what 3.1 and 1.1 are for Fall of the Republic and TR, but also having some information about Revan's Revenge and Imperial Reign, and you know, what they are and where they are. Because other than the April Fool's videos, and I think the end of one of the 12-hour streams, haven't really said anything about Revan's Revenge, so probably about time for some updates there. Alright, they still aren't through the golem shields. Need to make sure that our fighters aren't in as much danger.
Countering resistance. Primary target acquired. Frigate reporting. Target with
Guys will have to help. We gotta kill some of these guys. Fighters, stay on this side. There's gonna be anti-fighter on the other side.
cannon down.
That's not very handy.
Weapons for action. Weapons armed.
Turbo lasers on this side are actually going to be free to hit that MTC soon. Some already are. Oh, you're doing the thing that I said you shouldn't do. Toronto, how's it going? Finally started taking down Poland shields.
Open fire.
I don't think we're actually going to be able to win this now. Unless we can drive off that VSD.
Decoding transmission.
We forced it away. I always forget to do that. It's been so long since the mods had any like actual true stations that you can do the hardpoint repair on. I do wish you could kind of put that in other stuff in the game, but you can't. Okay, let's kill Ardax at least. He's in range. I wanted to do that initially, but left. Maybe once Ardax is dead, they'll want to leave. It'd be really handy if I could turn this one, but it didn't work on the main stations. I don't think anyone's looked at it since Nemesis originally tried that, so it might be something to give that a look at. Okay, Ardax is dead. Kill the rest of these guys so that the fighters can go around. Right now they're just off in anti-fighter land. There's two Crusaders just sitting here and killing whatever they want. Okay, that one's dead. This one should be dead soon as well. Stay away. I really don't have much that can do damage. Well, the Y-Wings are dead. Guess we're gonna get more. Of course, they're kiting off now, getting repaired by the MTCs. Nothing in the Petro patch would have changed related to that. Are we going to be able to hit that last? Nope. It's out of range now entirely. Alright, let's try to focus on this one then. Our defenders are almost done. Stay out of here. We should be able to kill this one. There's no way it gets out of range before it's dead. Just have to make sure we keep telling it to heal. We got credits for days. Right. Now it should be range enough.
Our target priority is the laser cannon. Ready for action.
So it's gonna take forever.
They're falling back.
I would have been okay with any outcome from that auto-resolve, just this was going to take another hour.
Space station damaged.
We'll take it. But good job, Ardax. You're dead. So this fleet is mostly ground units now, right? Yeah, that's almost entirely ground units now. It's kind of sad because it's been a really slow YouTube month. That the Imperial Reign trailer was the only video to get above like 5,000 views on the channel in that month, I think. Like maybe there was a stream that did, but as far as uploads go, and I couldn't turn on ad revenue for it, so at times.
With all speed.
Let's try this a little bit different.
Moving into position. On my way. Right away. Moving out. Right away.
Ready for
Right.
Copy.
HV
Copy.
guns.
take out the
Primary drive
lasers.
system is down.
Will there be a Mando faction, or you were once talking about the Mandos are like an independent forces faction. They don't really have much after Endor. It's not impossible that a long time down the road, maybe because they have the slot now, be able to flesh them out into something, but like there's not much Mando stuff in the period.
Reporting.
The Hutts are a much bigger galactic force. The Mandos are basically nothing after Endor. They're very happy about the fact that they made a fighter like 30 years later.
Battleship responding.
But yeah, for Revan's Revenge, it
Getting
looks
started. Let's see how they like this. Yes,
try to focus
sir.
on that one.
Ready. I thought you'd never ask. Let's see how they like this.
There's some bombers out there. Let's turn on power to shields.
Speciality.
You do that one.
Fire at will. Awaiting your command.
At your service.
Your command, sir.
Make sure we kill the octuples. That's where all the damage lives. Without the octuples, it does a good amount of damage still, but not as much.
Our engines are down.
Octuples on you.
Our hangar has been disabled.
Octuples on you. You're dead, but
Target those lasers. Come
all part of the plan.
Roger that.
Reporting in. The lasers are on target. Our target fire.
And the last octuple. Nope, there's even more octuples. Come on, guys. I shouldn't have to tell you to do this.
Standing by.
The lasers are on
This isn't your first day.
Awaiting your orders.
At your service.
Yeah. Engines are gone, but I don't gotta retreat from this.
attacking.
This is all wins, all good.
Heading out.
Target. Destroyer here. Fine. Our target priority is the laser pack.
Awaiting orders.
Engaging the enemy.
And
Battleship standing by.
Reporting. Heading to destination.
we can start heading towards that. I think the AI just primarily is prioritizing things that it knows it can kill with the HV guns.
Class frigate report.
I think Bob changed it to be that. I have to ask him to check. Either or.
Destroyer reporting in. We're moving out. I've got my approach vector. Awaiting orders.
Alright.
Let's go.
Battleship responding. Coordinates locked.
Yes, we're drawing their fire. Assault frigate.
Ah! You missed.
Keep going.
We're here to help.
Alright, so that has been changed, Bob. Here we go.
Attacking. Copy. Closing on enemy.
Carrier standing by.
Awaiting your orders. Awaiting your command.
Right. We kill all the ugly little adses.
Anything
Yeah.
to help, sir.
Engine is down.
Well, not all of them in the galaxy, because they're in everywhere. But
Move out. We shall be there shortly. Copy. Targeting. Firing. Reporting.
Carrier standing by.
Attack. Ready.
I don't know if they're going to try to do that again.
I copy.
For a second there, I thought that Z95 was a K-Wing. They kept that. Just a Z95. Nothing to worry about.
Carrier standing by. Keep going.
Copy.
Yeah, there's
I copy. Attack.
there's a good amount of adzes everywhere. We're not going to be lacking for adzes to kill today.
Reporting. Right away. Attacking target. Holding for maximum fire.
Roger that. Let's move out.
Form up. Over there. They've disabled our lasers.
Star Destroyer standing by. Our launch bay is gone. Star Destroyer reporting in. Targeting at maximum firepower. Fire at will.
Well, it died. It dodged that first shot pretty well.
Battleship responding. Open fire on the torpedo tubes.
You can turn back to them, or you guys can actually turn back.
Yes, sir. Awaiting your orders.
But there she goes. Here, bud.
Attacking.
We are victorious.
Have to drop in the old auto-resolve at the end. I'm pretty sure that's been fixed there, though, but... I don't think it was fixed in the public release of 3.0, but I'm pretty sure it's not happening that way in dev, at least. Alright, yeah, this ground force is reasonable for a nice Mercure invasion.
Right away, sir.
I'm really glad I spread out these two planets. They're in every galactic conquest together, and they overlap. It's very annoying. So, that was a...
Corona-class frigate reporting.
Paris conquered Axilla. Right, because I left that... We'll have to just send Wedge back and then take it. Here, Imperial Reign is a real project.
Choose your reinforcements.
Moving to coordinates. En route. Yes, can do.
Course plotted. Adjusting
Right,
navigation.
Right, we're gonna go take that next one. Thank you, Nico, for the $5 donation, saying, Happy Easter, Corey. Really enjoyed this series. All the best in progress. Glad you enjoyed it. It has been a fun, if very long one. Honestly, I don't know that it was necessarily super long in isolation. It's that we had 3 really long ones going on at the same time. There wasn't much,
Ready to go. Scouting location.
much else going on there.
I copy.
The enemy has been
Also, happy
spotted.
Easter to everyone.
Commander.
And Passover, I believe.
Executing flyby. Copy.
Any chance of seeing the Lusanki as a rebel unit in later tier? There's a very good chance that Lusanki would be in a Republic unit. It's been there since the mod started, I think. I even have it.
We're going in. En route. Moving to coordinates.
Ready to
Alright.
roll.
Back off here.
Roger that.
Roger that. Ground
You
target
secured
locked.
a landing zone.
Right away. Ready for attack. Moving out. Initiating sweep. Getting out.
Alright, fly back off there. Let's get some artillery support. Heavier tanks. More free runners.
Destroyed.
Oh, you can... Well, whatever.
Destroyed.
Warm up. All out.
Alright. Come back in.
Let's move out.
Unit destroyed. Our base is under attack.
Weapons online. Engines prime.
Boy. And... Nope, you're... Okay. Nothing to do there. Imperial Reign is going to have canon and legends. So there will be some canon GCs, some legends GCs. There might be some areas where we mix some options, but by default it'll be playing in one or the other.
Scouting location.
Unit destroyed.
Executing flyby.
Back off. Get in. Get in.
Bombing run available.
Reporting.
Alright. We got most of it. A couple dead units there.
Base is
Gold
under
Squadron.
And that should really be everything.
Moving out. I've got a log. Moving out. Attack. Fire. Open fire. All out. Closing on target. Attack that target.
Are you in? There we go. We got it. We got it. Everything's fine. We got it. And Zinch has, what, 1 planet left? That really should not have been 3 lost
System
AR
control achieved.
or RAF companies. That was unnecessary. Ghost going to be in the mod, that would be a safe bet. So we'll take back Axilla. Wedge is just sitting right there. No, wait, did that fleet ever come in from Selagus? I think it did. Gotta resolve that? I don't remember what happened anymore. I've been sleeping like shit this week, so I'm gonna blame anything that goes wrong on that. So there's the 2 core Imperial planets that we definitely want to take. There's the 2 northern Imperial planets now. Will just be 1. We do want to take the Maw, the Empire.
Yes, my lord.
Tactical battle imminent.
Alright, speaking of Lusankia,
Enemy unit sighted.
this is not a good map to not have a
Super Star
Pathfinder.
Destroyer ready.
Please just retreat.
All ahead full.
Well, either retreat or fly into me. Either one of those works.
Bombers at the ready. Changing course to intercept.
A-wing squadron reporting. Starting
All sections at your command, my lord.
Start getting some pot shots on it soon.
A-wing here.
Super Star Destroyer ready.
Decrease to full throttle. Should we go around for another
They're running away. You know what?
Victorious.
I don't have time for your shenanigans right now, Empire. Playing Empire at War, not Empire at Run. Good thing I saved. I really think the petroglyph patch made shit less stable. Because there's been a bunch of situations with, like, no clear cause that have just crashed in, basically any time I've played any Empire at War since then. It might even be this computer. Oh. They did switch computers. Is there any way to fix the health and shield display for larger units being off the screen? Yes, that has been fixed.
At once.
Tactical battle imminent.
And even
Enemy fleet approaching. Constructing.
didn't even kill any of them. That's no fun. What is a Zinch fleet doing there? Okay. I wanted to zoom in on you. And I think we need you anymore. I'm gonna avoid using fighter heroes, because Empire at War.
Construction. Moving to your coordinates.
And what's actually at Obraskai? 31 of those. What are they attacking with? What could it be?
Enemy fleet approaching. Tactical battle imminent.
There's 2 allegiances, 18 adzes, 5 quasars. Okay, let's see. I feel like this is going to be the last attack of Zinch.
Enemy forces ahead.
I don't know that we really...
Star
Yeah,
Destroyer
no, I
standing
think we're
by.
good.
Clear wing squadron reporting.
You stay back here. All the shield drain from the adzes will be a problem, plus all these fighters. Probably not what we want.
Here.
Your orders, sir? Armed and ready. Ready for action.
Yes, Commander.
Yes, sir.
No, I don't have any
Awaiting
boarding
your
shuttles in
orders.
this fleet.
Reporting in.
There won't be any theft happening.
B-wing here.
Squadron reporting. Target confirmed.
Like, if we can kill some of these guys before they get up here, then it's not going to be an issue. Because usually their threat is that if they're protected, they'll be able to do a lot of damage. But
Holding position.
if they're coming up alone,
Yes,
if
Commander.
they're not like sitting behind the allegiances, then it's a lot harder for them to get any damage off. Because we can just
Awaiting
take
orders.
them out and kill them like we're doing right now.
Weapons setting course. Enemy fighters incoming.
No downsides.
What can I do for you?
And then they're just dead.
That's it. Scratch one.
Roger that.
Try and draw their fire.
Got one. Got us targeted. I'm losing my engine. Squad, I need
Alright, let's just go down back here.
Try not to let one on your tail. Behind me.
Anything to help, sir.
Got one. Keep their eyes open.
Let's go kill that.
What can
And
I do? Transfer
power to
all power
shields.
to shields. Reporting.
Can't hold out. No good. I can't maneuver. Keep your eyes open.
Battleship responding.
Go. Let's attack this one, I guess. Event Horizon. And Event Horizon as well. Oh look, it's Event Horizon.
Reporting.
No one's ever seen an allegiance named Event Horizon before.
Take out their guns.
Alright, these guys still do need to die. Okay, you're gonna go for that. And you are gonna do some anti-little ship damage.
We'll take out their guns.
Awaiting your command. Open fire.
As I did say, leaving them alone would be risky.
Firing at will. Fire on those lasers.
Switch over to that. You're gonna keep on this guy.
Thrusters disabled.
You're gonna do the rest of these 2 little quasars.
Our hangar has been disabled.
Fire at will.
It's literally right there. You can shoot it. It's in front of you. There you go, buddy. You got it. Alright, now power weapons on it. And you keep taking this out before it turns around to the side that it's going to be able to actually attack us on.
Our target priority is the laser cannons. Roger that. We've got them on scopes.
So the last one.
Form up. Target locked. The lasers are our target.
Roger that. Heading out.
Battle cruisers, why are you all just deciding you want to face other directions?
Attack.
Finish off the VSD, at
Priority
least.
is the laser cannons. The missile launcher is the primary target. Copy.
And now we can basically start just shooting the
Lined up.
main large target. Hey, I see you. And now I don't? No, I don't. Okay.
The lasers
Last
are
hard point.
attack that target. Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Let's get the turbo lasers.
The lasers are our target.
Carrier standing by.
I copy. Our target priority is the laser cannons. Reporting.
And
Lasers are our target.
that's pretty much all the damage you're ever going to do in your life.
Moving out.
Your poor, sad, pathetic Zinch-led life.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Back the wrong horse.
Are our target. Star Destroyer reporting in. Attacking target. Take out the iron cannons.
Ready.
Here,
Nothing
look at that.
gets through a calamari shield.
You even got shields back.
Good is gone.
I bet you feel stupid now, allegiances. Alright. I guess they were planning this attack on Yankor, and that's why they had those ground units in there. Oh, you're a ground commander, so I don't know what I'm there. But let's go to Yankor.
Moving to coordinates.
Nebulon B Brigadier.
Tactical battle imminent.
And that's 3 adds.
Gunboat here.
Yeah.
Sir. Are ready.
Alright, they control Brental.
Right away.
We can drop that with wait, Vandemir. We can drop this with influence and blockade changes, so that's fine. Or Vandemir, not Brental.
Order confirmed.
Underway.
Tactical battle imminent.
And we can kill this fleet pretty easily with that fleet as well.
We located the enemy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, protect this station with your lives.
I copy, sir.
My carrier battle cruiser is better than yours. Hate to say it.
Order acknowledged.
Itty bitty secular versus big thick boy blue diver.
Ready for orders. Roger that. Reporting in. Lasers linked and ready. Roger that. Attack.
Alright, is it coming around this way? It is.
Roger that.
Rendezvous at Mark 6.1. That's it.
Yes, Commander.
Scratch
What?
one.
I'm gonna send these two for that.
Got my approach back.
Reporting. I thought you'd never
Ready
ask.
for command. Fire at will. Form up.
Okay.
We're here to help.
Oh yeah, that is
Try and draw
immediate.
their fire.
We'll take out their guns.
Awaiting orders.
Ready
The
for
Blue Diver
combat.
Mediator were both in 3.0.
Let's even the odds. I copy. Attack! Aggressive negotiation.
Just keep saying carrier, so
We'll take out their
Awaiting
guns.
your orders. Fire at will. Targeting at maximum firepower. Attacking. Awaiting your command. Our target priority is the laser.
Receiving. Disable
alright.
those
Get the engines on this one now too.
Firing at will.
Your command, sir. Direct
Yeah,
fire
they're
on
both
the
Era 5 research, so it's
Approach vector. Ready and attack formation. Enemy unit
commander.
Decrease to full throttle. Decrease to full throttle.
a bit more rare.
Standing by.
I'm in range.
reporting.
I do still want to do a map type that's basically Art of War, but when you switch the starting era, rather than switching the starting locations, it just switches the tech.
Lasers are on.
So you could start as like Era 5, New Republic, but with their Era 1 start, so that you're not like controlling the entire galaxy already.
Corona-class frigate reporting.
Space station damaged.
A bit more time to use those bigger
for
things.
action. Station ready.
Battleship responding.
Anything to help, sir.
Calling for me, sir. Engage.
Roger that. Take out the lasers.
Target's coming in fast.
Yes, sir. Awaiting your orders.
Try not to let one on your tail.
Destroyer here.
Let's go.
Primary target.
Reporting.
Corona-class frigate reporting.
We lost Justice and Radar Rider. That's kind of sad.
Construction complete.
Nebula class reporting in.
Getting in core. Can't block.
System control achieved.
I assumed it couldn't be anything too powerful.
Building started.
Alright. Is that gonna be...
Invasion commencing.
bad? Oh well.
Vehicle in production.
That'll be a revolt sooner than later, I guess.
Constructing unit. Vehicle in production. Vehicle in production. Constructing.
What is going to be a huge hassle to take? Not looking forward to that. But let's take Mutilants. Because we can go from Mutilants to Jameis. That'll stop any more of their space production. Okay, let's send this fleet over here.
Tactical
Send you to
battle
Karita.
imminent.
There they are.
Now that we don't have to worry about the old
Choose your
unit
reinforcements.
selection bug, then we can probably do some larger versions of maps like Art of War. Or not Art of War, from the ground up. Because that was the big concern before, when the objects were getting individually counted and then
Moving to your
the
coordinates.
break.
Taking to the front.
We had to release that save fixer utility.
Start of the nerve.
But the first petroglyph patch fixed that. So,
Make way.
because it used to be a bug where after, like, each object gets assigned an ID, essentially. And after a certain number, the game would just stop being able to keep track of it. So you wouldn't be able to select anything or issue orders. This is Captain Namo.
Reporting for duty.
But the petroglyph patch in 2017, yeah, 2017, fixed that. But before then, we did have a tool that we released that Pox and Frege made, where you'd be able to open the file, click on fix, and then it would reset that number. But half the time, it would also just break the save. But it was kind of just what you had to live with. So we tried to avoid anything that would result in too many objects being destroyed.
We are fully operational. Taking to the front. Changing heading.
And I just gotta get straight to it.
Yes, Commander.
If only the Venator was still ahead of it to do flat hull damage again.
Awaiting orders. Will be that. We are fully operational.
I'm under attack. Got a break. I'm in range.
Ready for your next
Choose
command.
orbital reinforcements.
Alright, Iris Phoenix, you can get in there as well.
Moving to your
Full
coordinates.
throttle. That's it. Scratch one.
Start of alert on standby.
There are planned to add some variety to the ship names shown to the side. Jorrit has put dozens of those in for different ships. The problem is the way the game picks the ship names, which we can't change. It picks it based on what's being queued up, I think even on a per planet basis at any time.
Awaiting orders.
So if you have 5 ships queued at a planet, at the same time, you'll get the first 5 names in the file. If you are building the same ship on different planets, or a ship completes building, then you queue up another the same ship, then it'll go back to the start of the file. So there's nothing else we can do. We've put in as many names as we reasonably can, it's just the game doesn't pick more than the first couple. And it's not a moddable system.
For duty.
Let's do some damage.
Yes, Commander. Make way.
That's got him.
I think that's very unlikely to be something that gets patched.
Awaiting orders.
I doubt it's anything that they would want to focus on, or that we would want them to focus on, or that would be... I don't think it would be that easy to fix, necessarily, either. It depends on how it's
Try
set
not
up.
to let one on your tail. Switch pattern.
Hold on.
That's got him.
Closing
Try
on
not to let
it.
one on
Yes,
your tail.
Commander.
Yes, Commander.
Stay in attack formation.
We are fully
Because the other thing you gotta kind of consider with the petroglyph patches is they're not getting that much testing. It's very easy to just break something, and then the game's in a worse state than if it just hadn't been patched at all.
Scratch one.
So you gotta be, in some ways, kind of conservative with what you want
We
fixed.
are fully operational. Focusing all batteries. Awaiting orders. Start of alert.
Because you may remember that there were a few days where the game just didn't work after the last patch.
Ready for your next command.
I'm in range.
We are fully operational.
Rendezvous at mark.
Multi-core would be basically rewriting everything in the game. That's definitely not a
On
patch.
standby.
Attack formation.
Enemy unit disabled.
Yes, Commander.
Attack formation. I've got my own spectre.
Reporting for
Can't
duty.
shake him. Stay in attack
I'm
formation.
in range.
Standing by.
Hey, Kiwi.
We are fully operational. Awaiting orders.
Choose your reinforcements.
Frigate reporting. Coordinates received.
Start of alert. On standby.
Like there were a few points in the testing for the patch that we were able to do
Yes, Commander.
that people noticed some like pretty big things that got kind of messed up, and luckily most of those got fixed. But it'd be really easy for something like that to happen again, and because it can only go through so much QA and they can only work on it so much, for it to just break everything, and then we're kind of at a point where we just gotta mod the GOG or disc version and have to strip everything out of the mod because the Steam version becomes less functional. So, gotta be careful not to fly too close to the sun with these.
We are fully operational. Moving out, Commander.
Nebulon B frigate here.
Start of alert. On standby.
There you go. Possible to pick air in single Pentastar? Yes. It doesn't progress though. Would making a new or modern game engine for Star Wars Empire War expand the modding of this game by a great deal? If so, could you imagine? Newer games aren't necessarily more moddable than older games. Generally, it's the opposite, where
The nebula
Stuff
will
gets-
distort our sensors. Awaiting orders.
more
Target confirmed.
kind of baked in. Like, if you look at how moddable older versions of Total War are versus newer versions, then it's a big difference.
Ready for your next
Like,
command.
new doesn't necessarily mean it'll be better in every way, especially when it comes to modding.
We are victorious.
Well, like the basic capabilities of a new engine might be better, but there's no guarantee that upgraded capabilities means more moddable.
Coming around.
E2B
Yeah.
over.
Construction complete. Tactical battle imminent.
Providence to be on any of the faction unit rosters in the next update? No. We're not putting Providences back in TR.
Moving along.
Artillery online.
Invasion commencing.
That guy is Crassus Trellix. I think we just used a Tor character, like a generic Tor character for it.
Right away.
I don't think he had a
Underway.
official portrait.
Destination received.
He is a slaver.
Yes, sir. Right. All weapons loaded. T4P mobile. Moving into
Like, if there was a new game, there's no guarantee that it'd be moddable at all. Like,
Construction complete.
the amount of modability it could have could be more, could be less, could be none at all.
T4P.
The capabilities you'd have with it,
Affirmative.
that would be a complete crapshoot of like, who knows until the game actually exists.
Moving out. Underway. Ready to roll. Roger that.
But as far as like impact on the modding community, maybe it would drive more interest towards Empire War 1, maybe it would maybe it would drive people away from it.
We've
Like,
secured-
worst case scenario would be it comes out, it's slightly moddable,
We've lost a build
but
pad.
can't really do much with it, and then people end up less interest in Empire War 1, and just
Ready to go.
kills off the community
Going
entirely.
in.
Construction complete.
En route. Ground target locked.
Well, Asterix, that's more how games used to be, where they have to do a new one all the time
Moving to coordinates.
to be financially viable.
Roger that.
With newer games, sequels are typically rare. You support the same game for a lot longer.
I've got a lock. Heading out. Attack. All out. Let's move out. Your orders. Copy. Yes, sir.
We've secured a build pad.
Reporting. Checking sector.
Roger that. Moving out.
We've lost a build
Form up.
pad.
Awaiting orders. I copy, sir. Heading out, sir.
I'll
I
follow
copy.
your lead.
Like, if a game is just one and done, then it's a lot harder to support it long term, because
Let's move out.
there's no money there.
I copy. Right away. Ready. Moving into that area, sir.
Reporting. Let's go.
Any chance the larger Akusa makes its way to TR? No. We're trying not to add
Reporting.
Clone Wars stuff where it's not necessary, because we have a whole Clone Wars mod, and
Ready.
anytime you put in any Clone Wars stuff, people just assume, oh, there should be even more Clone Wars stuff there. Like the people who end up thinking, oh, well, there's a Munificent in the Pentastar alignment, so they're a Clone Wars faction, so why aren't there these other Clone Wars units? And it's like, no, that's not how that works.
Bombing run
Gold
available.
Squadron commencing attack. Gold Squadron commencing attack.
Secured a build pad.
Tank brigade here.
Alright, we can bring in some more T4s here.
We've secured
away,
a landing zone.
Right away. Take him out.
We've secured a build pad.
Can you start bombing? You're not going to kill that. Shit.
Your orders. Over
What is
there.
my day job? I am a
We've
YouTuber.
lost
Yes,
a build
Commander.
pad.
Heading out, sir. Fall out, troops.
Roger that. T4P mobile. Moving into position.
Got another ATT coming out there.
Yes. Let's move out. Let's go.
Spread
Keep going.
Form up. Right away, sir.
We've lost a build
Underway. Spearheading assault. Commence assault.
attack. I'm here, sir. This way. Waiting orders. Ready. Over there. Can do. Right. Will do. Affirmative. For the Alliance.
You guys can get towards the turret.
Attack.
So that,
Reporting. Heading out. Yes, sir.
and we can
Right
take
away.
out factory before anything happens here. Closer. We got the AV turret, so you can back off now.
Fire. All out. Right behind.
Before anything else comes out of it. I may as well drop on that.
Give me the target.
All those poor New Republic soldiers are dead.
Reinforcements
Ready to roll.
cancelled. We've secured a landing zone.
Attack that target.
Get the field base, Silgal,
I am going.
and that.
Heading out, sir.
Roger that.
My night job is also a YouTuber. Hours are weird. Just like Exorcist style spin all the way around there. But there we go.
Targeting.
Warm up.
Unit destroyed.
Almost there. Heading out.
Awaiting orders.
Right away.
Like, if you have to basically rebuild a game from scratch every few years, and can't support it long enough to,
Destination received.
like, One person.
Torpedo launcher mobile, sir. Initiating ground assault.
Copy. Moving ahead.
Bombing run available.
Commander, let's go.
Destroyed.
Keep going. Yes, sir.
Computers locked on target.
Yes, sir.
It's very difficult under the way how games used to be made to get the same breadth of content you can get in a lot of games. So it's like, you either get the microtransaction DLC style stuff, and you eventually get much broader games, or you end up paying every couple years for the same thing.
All
Destroyed.
out, troops.
Buy 36
Copy. Your orders.
new versions of The Sims with no pets as default features again.
Out.
You know what the day jobs of people in the modding team are here? Most of them.
I copy.
Forward.
Form up. Engaging target. Ready, sir. Ready for orders.
Could have paid more attention to that
Open fire.
MPTL and then not lost it. But what's the point of that?
We've secured a building.
Is this the last thing? This company?
Roger that. Attack that target. Attacking target. This way. Over there. Counting location. Executing flyby. Higher and attacking.
Can't really imagine what CR would be like if, instead of being able to update it periodically like we do,
Firing.
every single release we had to build a new game from scratch.
En route. We're going in.
That would just be
Ground
annoying.
target locked. Moving to coordinates. Ready for attack. Roger that. Initiating sweep. I come. Heading up top. Right away.
We've secured
Moving
a
out.
building.
Heading
Hey, we got Mutilanced.
Nebula class on standby.
Under construction.
Right, let's do another save. Just in case. selling features that were cut from the previous games that are not necessarily, because just because if you're doing a new game, a lot of the times you're doing a new engine, so the implementation of previously existing features isn't always a given. Like, if you have a game that gets released and then gets features added over DLC, then you convert to a new game that, like, a lot of people would assume, like, oh, so it's starting where the last game left off. But no, if you're doing that, then it takes much longer to develop. You basically are trying to fit the entire previous game's life cycle into this new release, that's just not how game development works. Otherwise, you would have just kept making the initial game. There are some areas where it's like clearly whatever feature should have been part of the next game's initial release, but if you are making something from scratch, then you're making it from scratch.
Well, be that for me.
Tactical battle imminent.
Like, even just from the mod perspective, let's say Empire at War 2 comes out and Thrawn's Revenge were to move to it, there'd be a bunch of releases that were a lot less feature complete than Thrawn's Revenge 1 because we'd have to start a lot of this stuff over again. Unless we were able to just, like, port our entire code base entirely over and assets. If you were able to do that, then it's not really what's the new game for.
Engage.
Over there, and a Kadalbi.
Coordinates received.
Decrease to full throttle.
Yes, Commander.
Weapons online.
Ready and willing. Prepare for combat. We are fully operational.
Swinging around.
Would it be possible for an operative to create 1 or 2 stacks of unrest on a planet and give info for it? For example, curtain lore or Nominor. There are certain things that we've thought about for the future to allow giving unrest or to allow influencing planet influence. Not necessarily directly like that. We have to be careful with it because you could easily end up in a situation where it's really exploitable and that it's just
Start of alert on standby. Ready and willing.
causing revolts everywhere.
For orders.
Yes, Commander.
Would not be very epic.
Commencing engagement.
Cover me.
Weapons
Try
charged.
not to let one on your
Preparing
tail.
for combat.
MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting. We are fully operational. Changing heading.
You need to actually fire on stuff. I know you are firing on the Valaduja, but like that's old
How can we
news.
be of service?
Who even
Focus
cares about that
fire on
anymore?
their weapons.
Any chance the MC85 or any MC75 variants be added to the game, maybe in some mods on it? Some of that would be
Fleet.
covered by Imperial Reign, but
Ready and willing.
Enemy battleship reporting.
Start of alert on standby.
I've got my approach.
that would be a much longer term thing.
MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting.
For stuff that isn't like core content for one of the mods,
Moving to attack position.
then
Enemy target sighted.
it's not really something we'd be aiming to work on unless we were intending to use it for core content for something. Like when the MC75 was made and released, it was shifted up in priority because it was going to be used for something else. But we always planned to do it because of Imperial Reign. So
Ready and willing. We are fully operational.
it's
Make way.
very rare that we'd make random units just for submod purposes,
Waiting orders.
because we have like so much other stuff that we need to make.
On standby.
Weapons online. Frigate en route.
This poor medical frigate.
Yes, Commander.
Copy.
We are fully operational.
I can't see him. Ah!
Still at the starting stages of Revan's
To the
Revenge.
front.
I'm just gonna.
We are victorious.
I didn't save the frigate as down all the way across the map. Oh my god. We auto-resolved away MC80 boy. Sad times. Sad times. So let's see if we can take Jameis. It's only a 3-stack here. 3-slot.
Reporting.
Choose your reinforcements.
Moving to coordinates. Underway. Right away, sir.
At
Underway.
maximum unit
Heading out,
capacity.
sir.
Let's go down this way.
I copy. Reporting. Let's go.
We'll send those two down there.
This way.
Here.
Yes, sir.
I think there's a sensor array in this corner.
We've
Yes,
secured
Commander.
a build pad.
Waiting orders.
Let's find
All
out.
We've lost a build pad.
Let's move out.
Cass, there will be some Legends GCs and some Canon GCs.
Let's go. Keep going. Enemy units sighted.
It'll be on a scenario by scenario basis.
I've got
It's
a
not there.
lot.
Oh yeah, it's up here. Never mind.
Over there. Scouting location.
Thank you, Plague Master, for the £2 donation. What would you do in the Purge?
Ready.
Which Purge?
T4P mobile. Ready.
The Jedi Purge, I probably wouldn't do anything, because I'd just be some guy sitting at home. Alright, everyone get back there. Get over here.
Yes. Let's go. There they are. Spreading out. Right away.
I'd intended to send these guys, like, send the T3s to a different area, the infantry. Alright, you gotta get in the back.
Almost there.
Alright, Silgal,
My way. Here, sir.
down.
Reporting. Yes, sir. En route. Moving to coordinates. Yes, Commander. Attack. Fire. Open fire. Attack target. Attacking target. Fire at will.
The force be with you. There are alternatives.
Basically, with anything, my answer is staying at home.
We're
I have a
going
lot of social distancing practice.
ground target locked. Ready for attack.
I'd already been staying at home for the last year before anyone said, oh, there's a pandemic going on.
Weapons online. Gold Squadron commencing attack. Gold Squadron commencing attack. I'm with you.
Command. Force gives me strength. If need be.
Yes, sir.
Alright, get up there.
Roger that.
Those guys. Probably just gonna need to use our viewings to clean up the rest of this.
Heading out. Ball out. Let's move out. Attack. Let's go. Open fire. Attack that target. Keep going.
Only 2 or 3 of them left.
Attacking
This guy left. We got it!
got them on the run. T2B over.
Control achieved. achieved.
Constructing.
Beginning
All right.
construction.
We are
Constructing.
gonna just build all of this up,
Constructing.
Beginning construction.
and I'm actually gonna save again, rather than worrying too much about it. Let's see. I think that's every shipyard in the north. We're gonna go kill the Safalor SSD. What? Kuat, Bis, the Maw. We're out of songs. New soundtrack. I don't think EMC80B got changed in 3.0. I don't. X1 will be more of a see how long we have. Over sky.
Constructing.
Beginning
Building
construction.
under construction.
Camp.
Building
Need the
under
shipyard.
construction.
Carl,
under
we are gonna
construction.
upgrade you. The only one that I'm really worried about is Kuat. Because they've got 2 Praetors, Executor, and a Sovereign.
Building under
Constructing.
construction.
Constructing. Building started. Building under construction. Beginning construction.
I've never really looked much at X4. I think I did one stream in it, but it's not really been on my radar in my life very much.
Construction complete.
Heading to destination.
Reporting
Look
in.
at them.
Started.
I'm gonna move this over here.
Moving to your coordinates.
Reporting
Construction
over.
complete. Building started. Building started. Construction complete.
On our way.
Fleet's about to invade Meriden. Can't do this to me, Raider Maltrude. It can do this to me, apparently.
We're moving out. Reporting. Construction.
There will be content showing up for Huts, Hapens, Corellia, Chiss, and possibly Ruvi and Vong over the next week or two. There's some stuff done for all of them. That doesn't mean they'll all be playable right away, but there'll be things showing up.
We've got them. Send reinforcements.
Ion cannon firing.
This is gonna suck.
Y-Wing Squadron reporting.
Reporting in. Plotting course.
Y-Wing standing by.
Ion cannon available.
I don't know if Eck and Charlie are planning on doing anything tonight.
Got him.
Space station.
After
down.
this stream, I'm gonna be doing a
Orders? They're coming around.
all with my friends. So that's gonna be it for me tonight.
Receiving message. Primary target acquired.
Stay in attack formation.
That's it.
Scratch one. That's it.
Open
Scratch
fire.
one. I can't see him. Attack formation. Try not to let one on your tail.
Just see how many of these we can kill.
Watch your six.
Target locked.
Probably not many.
Fire.
I've got one on me.
Primary target acquired.
Increase to full throttle. Attack
Yep.
formation.
Locked off.
I've lost engine two.
It is a long weekend. That's almost meaningless for me. It doesn't mean Dana's home, but
Fire.
doesn't really change much for my schedule.
I've got one on me. I've got one on me.
Target acquired.
I've got one on me.
Locked off.
I've been hit.
Space station damaged.
I've been hit. I can't see him. Rendezvous at Mark 6.1.
Open fire.
I think it does right.
Ion
I've got one
cannon
on me. I've got a fix. I can't hold out.
Okay, this is
Ion cannon destroyed.
this is just a waste of time at this point. Ottawa has just been exploding with COVID cases, so it's not really been not been getting any takeout. Alright, let's go to Duro.
We're moving out.
T4B ready.
Oh, Axel revolted to the... Hoping it would revolt to... God, that is a lot of units that they got out of that. I should have finished taking it. I think it did at least, because this was when it was kind of wonky. How does company influence work? It's just +1 per... company on the planet. Unless you mean, how does it work? As in, like, how does it work? Which, you need to edit a perception for it. And then compile the meg. Yeah, that's the kind of scary part, Cole's Law. Glad you're getting it.
Constructing.
It does seem like there's a really high refusal rate in a lot of places.
Construction. Unit in production.
Well, we're gonna take care of that.
Building under construction.
Fleet. The PA isn't really a threat right now. More the annoyances from everyone else that we can worry about. Alright, well, let's pull that out of there.
Tactical battle imminent.
We're doing... Teen AT-ATs. Are you serious? Possible to teach the AI how to optimize using the AHV and ion gun. Well, it depends what you mean by optimize. Technically, you can't really optimize the AI to do anything because it can't really tell what optimal use case for it is for it. Like, it basically does the things you tell it to do. And it can't really say, like, oh, because, like, theoretically, the optimal use of the ion cannon and HV gun would be like, oh, that one's in front of the other stuff, hit that. You can't really tell it too much about that to, like, block other units. Like, I don't even... Fine, let's give it a shot. We can tell it what it should want to target.
Inbound.
And we do that, but...
T2B over.
We've secured a build pad.
T2B, copy. I copy. On it,
Oh,
sir.
maybe we'll be able to...
Armor
This
standing
map?
by. Course plotted.
I kind of want this map to just go
Roger
away.
Turret
Form up.
constructing.
Awaiting orders. Copy.
Shit.
We've secured a
Armor
build
ready.
pad. We've secured
Adjusting
a build
navicomputer.
pad.
Can't even go past it.
Advance. Forward. Ready
Keeping
to
units
roll.
are available. Units,
I've got it in sight. Right away. Moving out. Heading out. Fall out, troops. Let's move out. Let's go. Keep going. This way.
Can't even use my repulsor units to sneak in behind them.
Our base is under attack.
On it, sir.
Turret
Well,
Do that.
Turret
at least when we wait for them to get all the way over
is
here,
under attack. Construction
it'll be
complete.
slightly better.
Construction complete.
Reporting. Got it.
You're
Construction
outside.
complete. Base is under attack. Triple laser tower destroyed. Triple laser tower destroyed. Our
Awaiting
base
orders.
is under attack.
Copy.
Enemy bombardment
I
is
copy.
ready.
Like, this map kind of goes through all the things we try to avoid now with maps, where it's like a single long line where you're not really making any decisions and you end up having to wait a long time to get anywhere.
Our base is under attack.
A lot of waiting.
Triple laser tower destroyed.
Indeed.
Our base is
that.
under attack.
Adjusting
Like,
now.
we might be able to just kill everything coming in. Don't go outside. Don't go outside. There we go. This is why we let missiles go through shields on the ground. So you can punch through situations like this, which otherwise are just impossible. But in this case, just got AT-ATs. Canada's hoping, I think Canada's saying, we're going to be able to have everyone vaccinated, like with first dose, all adults, by June? So, like, end of June. So, it does seem like we're on track for that. Hopefully that holds up.
Fall out, troops. Let's move out. Let's go.
But like, Ottawa was relatively low for the whole pandemic. But the last few days, I think yesterday was our highest individual case day. at 250 new cases. And then today was another 200.
Yes, Commander.
Here's the next set of 5 AT-ATs. Soon we'll be able to go and grab another set of them.
Move out.
Or grab the
Ready. Let's go.
field bases. Because that's where they're going to get a lot of their infantry from afterwards. We're almost through their actual units. There already are rockets.
This way.
The base defenses can make it so easy to defend if they don't have anything that
On
can
it, sir.
get through the shield. I think this is the last set of AT-ATs. Yeah, there's only the one entrance. It's not the best map. Is that it for AT-ATs?
Standing by. Advancing.
There's 6 companies of spikes. I think this is all their units from all 3 of their planets.
Heading out.
So at least they won't be attacking again for a long time.
Fall out, troops. Ready to roll. Attacking. Let's move out.
Yeah, no, like, this would suck to attack as well.
Keep going. Roger that. This way. Target. Firing. Over there. Sight.
Especially because it's like not even a repulsor tank attack would do anything because you can't move out there with repulsor vehicles.
Course plotted. Adjusting navicomputer. Form up. Advancing. Cannon charge. Advance. Awaiting orders. Forward. Copy. Right away. I copy. Weapons
Gotta
ready.
kill all their field bases.
Move it out.
Oh, that was another turret there. My bad.
Ready. Over there. Reporting.
Take that if we can.
Yes, sir. Yes, Commander. Fall out, troops. Let's move out. Let's go. Keep going. This way. Over there.
Oh shit.
On it, sir.
AT-AT.
Course plotted.
Destroyed.
Advancing. Advance. Forward.
Ready to auto-resolve at this point. Or once the AT-AT's dead. I thought we killed all 13.
Right. T2B over. Right away.
Just gonna wait.
Our base is under attack.
Here you go. Okay.
T2B, copy.
Now I think that's it.
Attack! I'm here, sir.
It's true.
Got it.
Because they did send one down
Heading out.
first.
Fall out, troops. Let's move out. Let's go. On it, sir. Course plotted. Attacking target.
Power generator destroyed.
Are you fucking kidding me? I think the planet's empty, but
Construction complete. Construction complete. Yes, my lord. Construction complete.
Adjusting navigomputer.
Construction complete. Construction complete. Tactical battle imminent.
alright, let's deal with Duro first. I'm not planning to take Maldred's planets. We're just gonna leave them as is.
Choose your weapon.
We got Night Hammer. I don't know that we can actually beat Night Hammer with this when there's Okay, well, Paladin Shield, Murder Pickle, Medium Pickle Boy, Halo Shields,
Reinforcements cancelled.
Move out.
for your model,
We shall be there soon. Copy. Holding for maximum firepower. Engaging the enemy.
Ready. Engaging Imperial forces.
Right away.
Underway.
We're here to help you at maximum.
MC-90 Star Cruiser
The lasers are our
let's
target.
see.
V-Wing Squadron reporting.
Battleship responding.
Deployed a little bit better.
Reporting. Star Destroyer standing by.
Wasting some damage right now.
System is down.
Roger that. Fire on those lasers.
Reporting in. Yes, Commander. Our target priority is the laser cannons.
How can we be of service?
Receiving.
Awaiting orders.
Reporting. We'll take out their guns.
Awaiting orders. The lasers are our target. Targeting at maximum
I copy.
firepower.
That's it. Scratch one.
Awaiting your orders. We've got them on stage.
For your next command. Will be there.
Receiving. Fire on those lasers.
Take out the iron cannons.
Got one.
Our target
Alright, let's
priority.
try to focus on this side.
Battleship standing by.
Your command, sir. The lasers are our target. Attack the lasers.
Ready and willing.
We've lost the iron
We will engage the enemy.
Commander.
I'm in range. Should we go around the
Our
herd
target
now?
priority is the laser. They're coming around.
That's it.
Reporting in.
Scratch one.
Choose
I've got
your
him lined up.
reinforcements.
Cover me. Watch your six.
Awaiting
Got him
orders.
lined up.
Stay there and power to shields.
Reporting. Targeting the ion cannons.
Shooting the other side is not really helpful, guys. Don't do it. Stay on this side. Okay, it is starting to turn.
Our target priority is the laser.
For your next command. Reporting. Home one. Reporting for duty.
Copy. Attack.
Awaiting orders.
Waiting orders. I got my approach vector. Rendezvous.
Reporting. The lasers are our target.
Choose your reinforcements.
Moving out.
Flying a base by destroyed town. Going to your
Pull
course.
you out if you can.
Star Destroyer standing by.
And
For
power
maximum
weapons.
firepower.
MC-90 Star
Run on this
Cruiser
side.
Ready for your next command.
Yes, Commander.
Nope. I guess everyone just gotta stay still. Except for you, even.
Try not to let one on your tail. Coming around.
Star Destroyer
How
reporting
can we
in.
be of service?
Yes, Commander. Fire. Targeting at maximum firepower.
Squad, I need help. We're sending them.
Awaiting orders.
Getting a lock. Enemies
Alright, you're gonna help out Murder Pickle.
Ready for command.
Get your
Nothing
shields
gets
back.
through a calamari shield.
intercepting.
Awaiting orders. Our target priority is the laser cannons. The lasers are our target. Awaiting your orders. Our target priority is the laser cannons. Awaiting your command.
Ready and willing.
Eliminating target.
Taking down their defenses.
Alright, there we go.
What can I do for you?
Be able to power the shield soon on you.
Reporting.
Attack that target.
Fighters go and help Murder Pickle.
Throwing their fire. I can't shake him. Attacking target.
MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting.
Keep your eyes open.
Your
Excellent
command,
shot.
sir.
I have them down.
There we go.
I got one.
Commander.
I'm on them. Coming around.
Ready for your next command.
Countering resistance. Enemies in range.
We do need to kill these Lancers before we'll be able to use the fighters to
I've got them in my
clear out.
The lasers are
How
our
can
target.
we be of service?
Roger that.
Eliminating target.
We're just getting started.
Power the
Open
shields.
fire. Form up.
Further. Gonna start getting a bit more damage on us while it turns into
Destroyer.
rain with this side.
Target priority is the
We
laser
might actually lose an RSD on it.
Attack that target. Our launch spare is gone.
What can I do for you?
The OP proton torpedoes that I did for ACT is in the public build. You don't need to download anything separate. You just put the launch code.
Copy.
It is not going to be released as anything official.
All fire the missile.
MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting.
It is not recommended that you play with that.
I copy. Full speed. Attacking target.
Try not to let one on your tail.
Any bomber changes that we're planning to do would be very different from what I did for
Battleship
ACT.
responding.
Engines at full.
Yes,
Awaiting
sir.
orders.
Yes, sir. Right away.
Reporting.
Attack formation.
The lasers are our target.
How can we
Alright.
be of service?
There's one SSD down
Prepare for combat.
I can't maneuver.
out of 3.
End
4.
their threat. Destroy the weapons.
Weapons ready. Swinging around.
Star destroyer.
Ready and willing. Prepare for combat. For the new republic.
Excellent shot.
Awaiting orders.
I got it.
Aggressive negotiations.
Getting a lock. Intercept.
Attacking.
Ready for your next command. Reporting. Take out that weapon
Star
system.
destroyer reporting in.
MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting.
Yes, locking on. Awaiting orders.
Alright, so we won't lose that ship.
Reporting for the
Ready. Open fire on the
Taking them out.
Awaiting your orders. Fire at will. Awaiting your command.
How can
Does
we
everything
be
have
of
engines?
service?
No, you don't have engines.
Eliminating target.
Your command.
Ready and willing.
Behind them.
On our way.
You guys get in here then.
Awaiting orders.
setting course.
Reporting in. Our target priority is the laser.
MC-90 Star
There is
Cruiser
technically a
reporting.
hard cutoff stream or time for the stream. I'm just gonna get as far towards the SSD and
Yes, sir.
capital shipyard
Let's go.
victory condition as we can.
Form up. Attacking.
Receiving. Firing at will.
Reporting. Ready for your next command.
Destroyer here. Holding for maximum firepower.
How can we be of service? For the new republic.
Move out.
Roger that. Fall out.
Yes.
Bring them down!
I copy. The lasers are our target.
Ready and willing. We will engage the enemy.
Reporting.
We
FC-90 Star Cruiser reporting.
Star Destroyer standing by.
Ready! Fire all
Holding
cannons!
position.
Star Destroyer reporting in. Targeting.
Carrier standing by.
Hold on. Holding under
Maximum. I copy. Order
Alright,
received.
let's kill these ground units now.
How can we be of service? Prepare for combat.
Carrier standing by.
Reporting. Move to that location.
Battleship responding.
At least we don't have to worry about Maldrude attacking
Ready
again.
and willing.
The Pentastar alignment will attack, but
Awaiting your orders.
can't produce much. At least not on the capital level.
Engines at
They've
full.
taken out our launch bay.
Fire all cannons.
Holding position. Take out the lasers.
MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting.
Awaiting your command.
How can we be of service?
Ready for command.
Reporting.
I've got a fix.
Firing on this side.
Ready and willing.
Gotta save the
MC-90
RSD
Star
there.
Cruiser reporting.
Battleship responding.
Yes.
There we go. I think we killed everything with nope now.
Your command.
Yeah.
We shall be there.
Starting to get shields
How
back
can
on that
we
one.
be of service?
Scratch one. Try
There
not
we
to
go.
let one on your tail.
For the new republic. With
Probably
all
lose something in the
speed.
auto resolve,
Right away.
but at least we tried.
Attack formation.
We are victorious.
Lost superior model in the auto resolve, I think there. Leave you now.
Tactical battle imminent.
Right away, sir.
Beginning construction.
Constructing. Construction complete. Construction complete.
Alright.
Reporting in.
Daffalor's turn. Good fleet. Be a good fight. Oh, get off the planet.
Heading out.
Building
Constructing.
started. Beginning construction.
Building
Constructing.
started.
Beginning construction.
Constructing.
Building started.
Beginning
Beginning
construction.
construction. Construction
Construction
complete.
complete.
Go with this.
Traveling now.
Well, Wedge is about to kill that one. What the fuck?
We've come across enemy units. Ready to roll. Advancing. Yes, Commander. Ready to go.
I won't do that then.
Base is
Roger
under
that.
attack.
There's no way they attack this successfully.
Ready.
There is no way.
Moving out. Form up. Forward! Right away. Awaiting
Base
orders.
is under attack.
Moving out. Commander, over there. Targeting. Scouting location. Executing flight. Heading out. All weapons level. Heading out. Open fire. I copy.
What do they have over there?
This way. Reporting. Let's move out.
They lost the...
Fire at will.
They lost the LZ even.
Yes, Commander. Keep
The ATTEs can shoot through the shield with the fast drivers. That makes them quite good for this. The other units. Okay, there we go. Wedge, you're taking out Daffalor.
Reporting in.
Construction complete.
There are presumably some ATTEs floating around, but when almost every book of the era was written, ATTEs hadn't been invented yet. So...
Well, be an asshole.
Construction complete.
just little Italy fleets of frigates. There is a Praetor there.
Imminent.
You will be able to build fighters as the rebels in Ukraine.
Choose your reinforcements.
Well, we don't just want all the Imperial factions to be carbon copies of each other.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Why they
Copy.
have some
Head full.
differences like that. Oh no, Stellaris is a very different game. Raid fleet is gonna be an
Choose your
unwelcome
reinforcements.
wanted
Copy.
SSD on SSD.
Yes, my lord. We're inbound. Telemetry received.
Yes, sir.
Superstar destroyer ready. All batteries commence firing. All sections at your command, my lord.
Huh.
All ahead full. Superstar
DeLoreans.
destroyer
We're under a cruiser here.
ready. All sections at your command, my lord.
Okay, you turn around.
Cruiser
Job.
standing by.
Superstar destroyer ready.
No, there's not really. Well, Sins is kind of
Sections at your command, my
like
lord.
Empire at War in that way, where it's like a 4x territory controlling game with actual real-time combat.
Ready for your signal.
And Sins, it's all real-time, where all the individual battles are happening at the same time.
Nebula class reporting in.
Like, it's not a divide between the campaign
Yes, sir.
map and
Focus fire on the guns.
the battles like Empire at War has.
Squadron reporting. Targeting.
Stellaris sort of counts, but it's like you're not actually the combat there. You're not really doing anything with it. It kind of happens.
Majestic cruiser standing
All
by.
systems at your command, my lord. Nebula class on standby. Superstar
You
destroyer
guys,
ready.
power to weapons.
Stay in attack formation. Watch your
All
six.
sections at your command, my lord.
Okay, if you guys know what's good for you, you're not going to come towards my fleet.
I'm in range. That's it. Scratch one.
Superstar destroyer ready.
Stay in attack formation.
All sections at your command, my lord.
Like, there's your Empire Wars, your Total Wars, your Stellaris.
All sections at
Those
your
are
command,
kind of
my
that.
lord. Cruiser reporting. Destroyer
Into the
ready.
Solar Empire, those are kind of the main titles you'd think of, I guess.
I've got my approach vector. Look out! Got one. Watch your six. I'll try and draw their fire. Increase to full throttle. I'll try and draw their fire. Enemy unit disabled.
All sections at your command, my lord.
I've got my approach vector. Stay in attack formation. That's it. Scratch one. I've got a fix. Attack formation. Stay in attack formation.
4 Mandalorians.
Yes, sir.
They did their job. Thought they'd be coming in for a win, but they're just gonna lose.
On your tail.
Super Star Destroyer ready. For your signal. Destroyer turbo lasers. Star Destroyer here. Attack their gun emplacements. All sections at your command, my lord.
I'm gonna
Super Star Destroyer ready.
don't do that yet.
Nebula class on standby. Commencing attack. Commencing attack. Yes, Admiral. All sections at your command, my lord.
Stop with your shit. Shoot the
Watch your
SSD.
six. Should we go around for another pass?
Super Star Destroyer ready. Reporting in.
I got one on me. I've been hit.
All sections at your command, my lord. Yes, sir.
Switch pattern. Try not to let one on your tail. Increase to full throttle.
I got it. Ah! I got it. Ah!
Star Destroyer here. Super Star Destroyer ready. Nebula class on standby.
Guess we will switch to you.
All sections at your command.
Because
my
you've
lord.
decided you're switching to me.
Rendezvous at Mark 6.1.
A lot of dead Kidalbes around here.
Nebula class reporting in. Open fire. Super Star Destroyer ready.
Dirge would be pleased.
At Mark 6.1.
Oh, if I paid them to be here, they wouldn't be,
Beginning
I would have paid them to not just turn on mine.
All sections at your command, my lord.
Stay in attack formation.
At once.
Increase to full throttle.
Star Destroyer here.
Stay in attack formation.
Commencing attack.
Honestly, SSDs are rarely the right thing to fight other
Nebula
SSDs
class
with.
on standby. Open fire. All sections at your command, my lord.
Enemy unit disabled. Roger.
Right away.
So it's usually what people think where it's like, oh, well, if the Empire of the Hand doesn't have one, how are they supposed to
Nebula class
beat them?
reporting in.
But
Open fire.
usually you'd want more
Take out their weapon batteries.
smaller ships and bombers and stuff.
Ready for duty. Moving out.
Yes, sir.
Rendezvous at Mark in attack formation.
Beginning our engagement. Commencing attack. All sections at your command, my lord. Star Destroyer here. Open fire. Super Star
Especially as you
Destroyer.
start losing hard
All
points on your own,
Nebula class on
and it's like
standby, my lord.
a wet noodle fight towards the end.
Beginning our engagement.
I'm in range.
Open fire.
Holding for
Yes,
maximum
Admiral.
firepower.
Beginning our engagement.
Increase to full throttle.
Focus fire on the guns.
Try and draw their fire. I'm in range. Stay in attack
They
formation.
ruptured our engines. Attack their gun emplacements. Commencing
Try
attack.
not to let one on your tail.
Our hangar is taking severe damage.
We're slowly gonna chip away towards the back.
Bombers at the ready.
Try not to let one on your
Nebula
tail.
class reporting in. Commencing attack. Take out their weapon batteries.
I'm in range.
Open fire. Super Star Destroyer ready.
Stay in attack
Yes, my lord.
formation.
No, I don't need to turn that way.
Head full.
Stay in attack
At once.
formation.
Got one on me.
Should help a little bit.
Star Destroyer here.
Still so many hard points to kill. We do have some support if we manage to lose one of these nebulas.
Beginning our engagement.
Kill some more of the hard points that way.
Open fire.
I'm in range. I'm in a tight spot.
Yes, Admiral. Majestic.
Okay, the Majestic has just end. There we go. Crack of Dawn.
Orders received.
In there.
Increase to full throttle.
Potato Fighter.
All
There.
sections at your command, my lord.
Try not to let one on your tail.
Fire at will.
I'm in range.
Engaging the enemy.
Especially because SSDs, you can only hit one hard point. Or like, you can only tell it to hit one hard point. You can still kind of do this, but
Fire at will.
that'll go a little bit
Engaging the
faster.
thrusters out. All batteries commence
It's a lot more efficient
fire
having
at will.
more stuff hitting different hard points all at once.
Fire at will. Engaging the enemy. All batteries commence firing. Fire at will.
But especially for players who aren't going to be microing much, this is obviously not the most viable thing to do.
All batteries commence firing. Fire at will. Engaging the enemy. All batteries
I think it's just these
commence
4 or 5 hard points left. 5, 4, 2, 1.
We are victorious.
There we go. The Zinch SSDs that have been plaguing us for decades.
Construction
Alright, let's
complete.
move down.
Construction complete.
What a-
Tactical battle
oh my god, I
imminent.
just want to move.
Reporting in.
Tactical battle
I just want to move.
at once.
There we go. Finally moved.
Moving to your coordinates.
Get out of there, jerks.
Firing now.
construction complete.
Hmm.
Construction complete.
Will be
Not
there.
gonna let us kill too much that way.
Approaching.
Moving to your coordinates.
Tactical battle imminent. Tactical battle imminent.
Alright, Secular, 2 Venators, 3 Adzes.
Enemy forces ahead.
Choose your reinforcements.
Also to make it so that after a chief of state is elected, you can annex certain independent planets. Yes, but that would take a lot of scripting.
Reinforcements.
A lot of conditional stuff.
Awaiting orders. Focus on the hangar bay. We need to take out the weapons.
Like, you can basically
For your next
arbitrarily flip planets. That's all that would be. It's just you need to have the right criteria to lock or unlock the ability to actually do that. So you basically need
reporting for duty.
an object, like a research object with a script. You need that to be scripted to unlock when that chief of state is available, though you wouldn't necessarily need that part. You could just make it require the chief of state dummy structure. But you would need to script it so that it checks whether or not that planet is independently owned, and then has it lock or unlock based on that.
Ready for your next command.
Where'd he come from?
Online. Reporting for duty. Awaiting orders.
MC-90 Star Cruiser report.
Ready for your next command.
Stay in attack
Online.
formation.
Reporting for duty.
How can we
Get over there.
Choose your
Well,
reinforcement.
don't even need to get over there. Get other stuff over there. Got no shields left. I'm not afraid of you.
Awaiting orders. Trooper ready.
Hold on. Try not to let one on your tail. I've got it lined up.
Ready. Drill next command.
In range.
Hold on. Reporting for duty.
Another pass. Stay in attack formation.
We have some pretty significant libraries of story functions and rule functions. A lot of which, or a couple of which are used to like flip planets under different conditions.
Star cruiser reporting.
Because EAW is really temperamental with stuff where if you try to do any sort of operation on a planet that isn't there, it'll just crash whatever script is running. So annoying. So we have to have... I covered it in one of the modding streams where you basically end up having to get a decent fleet for... Yeah. You end up having to have a basically completely separate forward to playing Mass Effect? Yes. I've never really played Mass Effect. I've played about a quarter of the first game. And really Mass Effect was one of the games I started my channel to play. Before it turned into playing Empire at War all the time.
Beginning construction.
Because I was looking to do it initially, not for like a job, but for
Building under construction.
playing games that I'd been unable to play.
Building under construction.
I didn't feel compelled to finish it if there was no one watching, because they're like, then it's just me that I'm letting down if I don't finish. Clearly, Eck and Charlie feel no such compulsion there. Yeah, that's the plan.
Tactical battle imminent.
All right, Kuat.
Will be that one.
Wait, did they? Okay, they didn't. Move it.
Tactical battle imminent.
Ion cannon with a Golan 2. The shipyard.
Building cancelled.
Ooh, we can do this actually.
We've located the enemy.
Reinforcements en route.
Oh wait, no, all the ads are going to make that a little bit difficult.
Reinforcements
Reporting.
en route.
Frigate reporting. Cannons armed.
Reporting in.
Reinforcements en route.
Weapons armed.
Maybe not if
I'm on.
they're dealing with all this first.
Ready for command. Firing.
Yes, sir. Orders received. Awaiting orders.
I've got my approach vector.
Assault frigate here.
Landing at mark. Take point 1. I've got my approach vector.
Available.
Standing by.
I don't know that I'm ever like. I'll probably maybe I'll buy the future Nintendo console, but especially with how much ends up being on PC. I don't know. It's hard to justify buying a console for me anymore. Because I used to be like pure Xbox.
Bombers reporting in.
I guess Nintendo. I've always kind of been, but I was thinking about that before, where I think I even tweeted about it, where I always thought of myself as being an Xbox fanboy back in the day, but I don't think there's been a single Nintendo generation that I didn't get, even Wii U. So, whereas I didn't get an Xbox, like original Xbox, for a long time, and I've never even played Xbox One.
Starting my run. I can't hold out.
Frigate reporting.
Roger that. Warm up. Target confirmed.
It's like all the games that I want to play end up on consoles or on PC anyways, then I'll just get that.
Primary drive system is down. Weapons armed.
I've lost engine
Right away.
2.
Ready for action. Waiting order.
Station damaged.
Assault frigate here.
Moving
out.
I need help. I need help.
Standing by.
I've got one on me. I've got my approach vector. Hold on. I've lost engine 2. Attack formation.
Station ready.
Counter resistance. I've lost engine 2. I'll try and draw their fire.
You definitely don't win this, but
Ready. Heading
We're
out.
drawing their fire.
wouldn't mind killing some stuff.
All out. Let's move out.
They're coming
Let's
around.
go. Orbital command available. Waiting order.
Got one.
At your command.
Enemy unit disabled. That's it.
Laying on target. Copy. Keep going.
Ion cannon available.
I copy.
Once you get to the late eras, the ads just becomes the new hotness for everyone. Partially because they have no shipyards to build anything else, so it's just like, with something decent, new, and cheap, the ads
Space station under
that they can actually build at a planet that they own.
Awaiting orders.
Alright, I think we just gotta
destroyed.
better go.
Tactical battle imminent.
There they are.
Choose your reinforcements.
Okay.
Moving to your coordinates.
Send in ammo. We'll send in. Dolby. The Viscount prototype.
Take us in.
Conviction.
Home one. Reporting for duty. We'll be there shortly.
That shipyard. Let's send this
Roger that.
as well.
Awaiting orders.
Sasheen cruiser reporting.
Awaiting orders.
Changing course to intercept.
Ready for your next command.
Frigate reporting.
Warm up. Target those lasers.
Home one. Reporting for duty.
Engines activated.
Awaiting orders.
Alright.
All power.
Just make it tank.
Copy. It's as good as gone.
Ready for your next command.
Are we free to attack?
Home one. Reporting for duty.
I copy.
It's gonna be a little difficult.
Awaiting orders.
Weapons online.
Get to the shipyard. What do you got there? That's actually a pretty good raid fleet.
Ready for your
The
next
Viscount is just getting smashed here.
Reporting for duty. Focus fire on those lasers.
Stay on target. Weapons online. Weapons charged. The lasers are
There, you've actually, they could always have good firing arcs, like pretty broad firing arcs, so you can actually do some damage to both of these at the same time.
Next command. Target confirmed. Trooper ready.
I think Hopcap is the Sovereign gonna be. I'm not sure if they can fit a Sovereign in with the Praetor. I think they can. They have shields going.
Weapons armed.
Endurance on station.
Yes, sir.
Awaiting orders. We need to take out the weapon. Is down.
Fleet, your transmission garbled. Repeat.
Choose your reinforcements.
Yes, sir. We're on approach.
Fallout.
Get some distance damage. You're gonna start taking the shields down on that.
Reporting for duty. Reporting in. Firing.
Stabilizers broken.
Our hangar bay has been destroyed. Yes, sir. Roger that.
Ready for your orders.
No good. I can't maneuver. Loosen up.
Form up. Engaging the enemy. Awaiting orders.
I need help.
Ready for your next command.
Enemy fighters on me.
We're gonna start getting some actual help on this one.
I can't see him.
Home
Ah, they're pulling off.
Awaiting orders.
My copy.
I'm pretty sure no one actually picked the Viscount for a name. Otherwise, I forgot to add it. But I don't think it did, because there were like 4 things that were at the
We've got them on
Senate tier. I don't think there were 4 Senates.
next command.
Nebula class.
I think that's
Reporting
correct.
Roger that. Direct fire on the engines.
They're on me. Ah!
Home
in. Yes, sir.
Reporting for duty.
Commencing attack.
Alright,
Assault ready.
there goes that. This is the last of the ISDs. Rip Dauntless.
Endurance class at your disposal, sir.
I've got one on me.
Stay in attack formation.
Attack. Fire. Our target priority is the laser
Star Destroyer
target.
here.
Try not to let one on your tail.
Open fire.
Try and draw their
Awaiting
fire.
orders.
No. If you lose it doesn't get rid of the
Star Destroyer.
Okay, you'd still be able to build the Viscount if we hadn't already.
Reinforcements.
I'm in range.
Are we free to attack?
Need help here.
Home reporting for duty. Star Destroyer reporting in.
Nebula class on standby. Beginning our engagement.
Where is our good friend,
Weapons online.
Mr. Sovereign?
Yes, Commander.
I assume the Sovereign's coming in before the Executive.
Awaiting orders.
Awaiting orders.
Nebula class reporting in.
Holding for maximum fire.
Right,
Drawing their fire.
On our
here we go.
Let's move out. How can we be of
Enterprise, our Blue Diver.
engage the enemy?
We plan to add anything to tier 1 here.
Engines are responding.
There will probably be some tier 1s in Revan's Revenge.
Commencing attack.
Weapons online.
Star Destroyer
Probably
here.
not in Thrawn's Revenge or Fall of the Republic.
Engines down. Awaiting orders. Targeting at maximum fire.
Maybe Sulking Law. He'd be a good candidate for tier 1.
Awaiting your orders. Holding for maximum fire.
Scratch one. Countering resistance.
C-90 Star Cruiser reporting.
Choose your reinforcements. Reinforcements
Hold on.
cancelled.
Shit.
I've got my approach vector.
Script for the commanders crashed, and I just got the upgrade for Nance.
Understood.
Awaiting
Or just failed to remove itself.
How can we be of service? We will
So we don't actually have the hero I thought we had.
Your tail. Watch your six.
ready and willing. Focus fire on their weapons.
Enemy
With all speed.
Basically just sat that off.
attack formation. I'm losing my engine.
MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting.
Weapons charged.
Commander.
I've been hit.
Retreat in progress.
Reporting in.
Retreat aborted.
Oh.
Reporting.
Roger that.
Got one.
Attacking target.
Thought it
How
wouldn't.
can we be of service? Form up. Ready and willing. The iron cannons are offline.
They only get one Eclipse. They didn't actually build the Eclipse. And they haven't been
Endurance on
in
station. Class on standby.
3.0.
Keep your eyes open.
But
Enemy
Is it their second sovereign?
MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting. Destroyer here. Fire at will.
How can we be of service? Yes, Admiral. Beginning our engagement.
Targeting at
Beginning our engagement.
For your opinion, Fulcrum?
Ready and willing.
That's it.
Frequency open.
Ready for your Nebula class. Reporting
Nebula
in.
back in. We might get another super laser shot off, actually.
MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting. Prepare for combat. I copy. Holding for maximum.
Powered
Yes,
weapons.
sir.
Fleet, your
Star
transmission
Destroyer here.
garbled. Repeat.
Focus fire on the guns. Commencing attack.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
Open fire.
Reporting.
Cadalbe battleship reporting.
Nebula class on standby.
How can we be of service?
Yes, Admiral. Beginning our engagement.
Ready and willing.
Give the word. Knock out those weapons.
Star Destroyer standing by.
Nebula class reporting in. Attack the gun.
We have lost our hangar, but we can still fight.
Yes, sir. Commencing attack.
Imagine being that much of a fucking dick.
Star Destroyer here. Take out their weapon batteries.
MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting.
Nebula class on standby. Open fire.
How can we be of service? Attacking.
Choose your reinforcements.
Ready and willing.
Soon we'll be able to bring in this Viscount. I wanted to have the Executor lower by it.
Nebula class reporting in.
They've taken out our launch
Yeah,
pad.
we could take out the Gravo.
Commencing attack.
I don't really
Yes,
intend
sir.
to retreat from this at this
Open
point.
fire. Star Destroyer here. Beginning our engagement. Awaiting orders.
Awaiting your command. Targeting.
This is basically the last set of battles.
We just lost our hangar bay.
For a sec, I thought that would be the Nance
Nebula
upgrade.
class on standby. Yes, Admiral. Awaiting orders.
So, I was hoping you'd go.
Nebula class reporting in. Yes, sir.
Holding for maximum
Commencing
firepower.
attack. Star Destroyer here.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
Beginning our engagement.
They're coming around.
Your command. The lasers.
Endurance on station.
Loosen up.
Commander.
Choose your reinforcements.
30.
Stay in attack.
Our hangar has taken severe damage. For your next command. Focus fire on the
Give the
guns.
word.
Our primary engine system is down.
Blast their weapons.
Nebula class on standby. Reporting for duty.
Our lasers are destroyed. We've lost the iron. Got one.
Endurance class at your disposal, sir.
We are 34 pop cap away.
Yes, Admiral.
Most of these guys are both down.
Keep your eyes open. We're drawing their fire. Keep your eyes
Awaiting
open.
orders. Fire at will.
We should be at the point where even
Endurance on
We're drawing
station.
their fire. We're drawing their fire. I'm in bad shape.
like the super laser alone won't be enough to make it beat the Viscount.
Coming around. Rendezvous at Mark 6.1. Keep your eyes open. That's got 'em.
Even if it does get another shot off
We're drawing their
with
fire.
it.
Blast, my stabilizer's broken loose. Look out! Enemy unit disabled. Loosen up. I've got my approach vector. Decrease to full throttle. Decrease to full throttle. Can't hold on.
Start of the nerve on standby.
I've got it. Ah!
Focus fire on their batteries. Commencing engagement.
Enemy
Open
unit
fire on their weapon systems.
toward the shields. Look out!
Draw fire from it for as long as possible.
Got my approach vector.
Focusing all batteries.
Choose your reinforcements.
I can't hold out.
We are fully operational.
That'll be the Sovereign down.
I can't shake him. Crossfire.
Still gonna take a
Awaiting
while.
orders.
Divert all
Star Defender, on standby. Destroy that target. Destroy that target. Take aim. Take aim. Disable their guns. Commencing engagement.
Mamo just discount Akbar? I mean,
Focusing
the
all
Pokemon
batteries.
Calamari, if that's what you
Destroy
mean?
that target. Focus fire on their batteries. Take aim. Make way. Moving out, Commander.
Alright. Now we can just let it
Commencing
take out these
engagement.
guys. Why do individual ships only target one hardpoint at a time? Would it crash the game otherwise, or it's hard-coded? It's just, you give the ship the target, it shoots at the one thing.
Commencing engagement.
If you just leave it and don't give any commands, then stuff with different targeting banks would end up shooting different stuff. Like if a weapon back here can't physically shoot one of the weapons that's being targeted by another thing, then
We are fully operational.
then it'd switch banks.
Star
But
Defender, on standby.
you can't give individual orders to the individual objects.
Swinging around.
Changing
Got it
heading.
lined up.
Make way. Moving out, Commander.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Commander.
Where is the Executor? Why don't you give me your Executor?
Taking to the front.
Yes, Commander. All out.
We are fully operational.
Even if you target a ship and not directly the hard point, it'll still concentrate on whatever specific hard point.
Make way.
Or small grouping of them.
On standby.
That is why often if you just give a single target on the ship, it'll spread out a little bit better afterwards. Like if you just
Focusing
keep
all
refocusing on
batteries.
a hard point, you're going to concentrate your fire a lot more and it's less effective. But
Yes, Commander.
like it's not really feasible to get
Destroy that
ships
target.
to spread out properly.
Focusing all batteries.
Which is why usually having more smaller ships is better when you want to bother with the micro of it. Like if you were perfectly microing, you'd get more out of it that way. Though that does mean that any damage is more likely to stick.
That's it. Scratch one.
We are fully operational.
Alright, because there's an HV gun, it's not going to let it...
Taking to the front.
It's not going to retreat.
We
Got them on the
are
run.
victorious.
There we go. Unfortunately, that means it died in an auto-resolve, but it is dead. That is Kuat.
Changing heading.
Complete.
What do we got then?
Tactical battle imminent.
Gravity control generator destroyed.
System lost.
Alright, so we basically accomplished our goals.
Construction complete.
We're gonna go and attack, Maw.
Make way.
Constructing.
Getting during conviction back.
Unit
Katie
in production.
Boy, Bad Moncal.
Beginning
Well,
construction.
you're not actually a shipyard. You are, though.
Constructing
Enterprise.
unit.
Always a bigger fish.
Production.
Underchild.
Building
Building
under
started.
construction.
Let's go.
Up there. Springy's still upgrading that. At this point, we may as well just build the
Imminent.
ships for it.
Constructing unit. Unit cancelled.
Vehicle in production.
Yeah, perfect. I think it's worth building cloning facilities if you have lots of money and 18k income. Right now, you're not really intended to ever be gated by ship crews, so it's usually not something you need to worry about. Though that'll become less the case as we go.
Tactical battle imminent.
He plans to make CIS Lucrehawks more powerful in Fall of the Republic.
The
No,
enemy is approaching.
definitely not. Lucrehawks don't need buff.
Choose your reinforcements.
All ahead full.
They are quite strong.
All sections at your command, my lord.
Like, if you drop them in the middle of a bunch of stuff, they will kill a bunch of stuff.
Choose your reinforcements.
Their weakness is in their range and the fact that their firing arcs are spread out, but they definitely don't need to be strong.
All sections at your command, my lord.
Standing by. Order confirmed. Order confirmed. Moving out. Ready. Moving out. Roger that. Jamming sensor.
Super Star Destroyer ready.
Alright, Wedge, you're gonna finish that off.
Primary drive system is down. Already.
Down. Stay in attack formation. Decrease to full throttle.
Open fire
All
on the
sections
Yeah,
at
it's
your
because
command,
of how
my
the additive particles
Super Star
work.
Destroyer ready.
I've lost
Or
engine
rendering.
2.
All sections at your command, my lord. Engaging the enemy.
At mark.
All battery commence firing.
Form up. Open fire.
Frigate responding. Attack. Engage.
Super Star Destroyer ready.
Try not to
Fire
let one
will.
of your tail.
Engaging the enemy.
Stay in attack formation.
Waiting
Hold on.
Ready to
Hold on.
commence.
I've got my prospector.
Rendezvous at mark.
Well,
Swing around.
it's more that people never really understand how to play around different ranges.
Fire will.
Where, like, for years now, people have said, like, oh, the nebula's underpowered, but then they finally start appreciating what the range does for
Star
that,
Destroyer ready.
and understanding where its strengths lie with that.
All
And then with the
sections at your
Lucrehawk,
command,
same
my
kind of
lord.
thing happens where
Super Star
you can kill it
Destroyer
from
ready.
farther away, that's why acclimators can abuse it. But if you put it in the right place, then it will just wreck everything.
Engaging
Which is
the
also why, in a lot of cases, newer players will also struggle to kill them. Because for some reason, people think like, oh, I'm going to surround the enemy fleet, and that seems like a good idea to them, but then the Lucrehawks will just go all that.
at once.
That's like their best case scenario.
All sections at your command, my lord. Yes, my lord. Super Star Destroyer ready. All sections at your command, my lord.
Another hit like that.
All ahead full.
Calamari frigate here. Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Copy. Watch your six. Rendezvous at mark.
I mean, you can joke about the Ek thing, but YouTubers really do have a big impact on how stuff gets perceived, regardless of the
All
mod.
sections at your command, my lord.
Where, like with Ek, both of those are actually examples of things with him, with
Super
like the
Star
Lucrehawk
Destroyer
strength
ready.
and
All battery
Nebula
commence
strength.
firing.
I'm in range.
Where when he started appreciating the Nebula's range, then
All
we've
sections
seen
at
a
your
lot
command,
more
my lord.
messages ever since he said that, talking about how, oh, actually the Nebula's really good, and I use it at range, and it kills everything, versus before, when he thought it was bad,
All
that
battery
you'd see
commence
all
firing.
that. And like,
At once.
with Shaq, like, if Shaq mentions something as being one way or not the other, then people will usually listen to that.
Super Star Destroyer ready.
Like Shaq, I think a couple times is called
All batteries commence
something a
firing.
mod feature when it wasn't, between different mods, and that's usually led to the
Engaging
impression
the
that
enemy.
that's a mod feature. Like he said some stuff with our stuff before. There's been some stuff where, like,
All batteries commence
I think with
firing.
the AOTR ground mechanic changes, like when they were doing their reworks, and they talked about the armor and damage matrix, which is like it's a base game function, but I think Shaq mentioned at some point that it was something that AOTR added. So we started getting a bunch of people asking us if we can add an armor damage matrix or add armor classes to the game. It's like, no, that's the base game thing.
Enemy fighters on me.
But
All sections at your command, my lord. Fire at will. Warm up.
There can be a lot of YouTuber influence on that.
Super Star Destroyer ready. Engaging the enemy.
In God. It does suck having to auto-resolve at the end of every battle in this build. Thank God that was fixed.
New construction options available.
We didn't lose anything there from it. Got Dawa.
Imminent.
Get over here. I want to drag you. Drag you! And, like, I'm sure I've done the same thing. Like, that's not a shot at Shaq or Ak, or even people listening to him. It's just that can bring different things to kind of the forefront of conversation about a game, because, like, that's where a lot of information does get passed around these days. Where, like, I've even said incorrect stuff about TR where I've got, like, outdated information just because the team's so big and someone will be working on something. I'll get kind of the broad overview of it and I'll say the wrong thing in specifics. But especially because it's, like, streaming off the cuff where I don't actually have a chance to go and research anything in the mod.
Choose your reinforcements.
Alright, Red Tide. Finger. Pagana's Revenge. And Brenlo's Revenge. His name is Baby Yoda.
Ready for your next command. Prepare the fences. We're going in. MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting. Taking down their defenses. Reporting for duty. Target confirmed.
Where's the Lucrehawk? I mean, there's 6 Lucrehawks, basically. So, your meme's invalid.
On our way. Prepare for combat. Awaiting orders. Trooper ready.
It's just like all the really cool stuff where the sequel isn't just called Lucrehawk 2 or whatever. You got the auxiliary, you got the carrier, you got the battleship, you got the droid control ship variants of each of those, basically. You got the cargo ship. That's the auxiliary.
MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting. With all speed. Awaiting orders. Moving to your coordinates. How can we be of service? For the new Republic. For your next command. Traveling now. Ready and willing. We will engage the enemy. Hold on. Reporting for duty. All weapons. Fire. MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting.
Yeah, Ek was getting worse luck with the boarding shuttles than he used to, so we stopped using them.
On our way. Awaiting orders. Ready for your next command.
That was going for the MC-40, and this MVP right here, Finger, intercepted it. That's some real teamwork we got.
With all speed, ready for your next command. Ready and willing.
This basically is Fall of the Republic right here.
Reporting for duty. Awaiting orders. Shields are down. Enemy fighters incoming. MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting. For the new Republic.
So, you.
How can we be of service?
I can't maneuver.
Focus fire on their weapons.
I can't maneuver.
Home one. Reporting for duty. Traveling now. Ready and willing. MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting. Awaiting orders. Target confirmed. Trooper ready. Where are you? Ready for your next command. How can we be of service? Engage.
These are the ladses. Really think they are hot shit. Really, they're hot. They're actually really good. you know.
We have lost our hangar, but we can still fight.
Let's kill this with everyone just so that we don't lose the MC-90 if possible.
Taking down their defenses. Prepare for combat. End their
Between you guys, we have 2 full vent. Well,
on
not
our
anymore.
way.
I'll try and draw their fire.
Awaiting orders.
Try.
MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting.
For your next command.
Full throttle. Watch your six.
Reporting for duty.
My victory goal. We've basically done everything I want to do.
All weapons.
I'm just sending my fleet to the north.
Ready for your next command. Target
Gonna do a bit of a push through the remaining Pentastar fleets.
focus fire on those lasers.
Maybe
We need to take out the weapons.
Ready and willing.
Home one.
maybe a Yavins invasion.
Trooper ready. Target confirmed.
Switch pattern.
Awaiting orders.
MC-90 Star Cruiser
For your
reporting.
next
I
command.
think we got everything there.
We are victorious.
Yeah. I do want to start planning the next community challenge soon. Just not sure what the
We'll be there shortly.
theme is going to be.
Tactical battle imminent.
Well, that's a goal in 3. Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Enemy unit sighted.
Decoding transmission.
Goal in 3 and goal in 1, right? But not shipyard.
Reinforcements en route.
Yeah, I want to do the minor faction mishmash, but we gotta have a bit more content for it still.
Checking course.
We've got like the Bakurin stuff. We got the
Reinforcements en route.
Empire of the Hand. I was gonna count for that. We'll have a couple more Chiss units, Apens.
Yes, sir.
But I was really hoping to have like Siruvi and whatnot in for it as well.
Station damaged.
Revenge Revenge, are you going to be using the air system to keep KOTOR and 4 separate, or go deal? We can go that way. So yeah, the
Weapons ready.
KOTOR and Tor stuff would be separated in different eras.
Roger.
We're going to be working on
Attacking the lasers.
Engines on board.
Yes, Commander.
on KOTOR era first, so it'd be like Tor would be kind of a long-term goal kind of situation, not anything that you'd
Enemy has got locked.
expect in the first release
Ready for command.
or the first several releases.
Space station damaged.
Cannons on.
Ion cannon.
I did think about doing a do a mishmash version now, do a mishmash version later. 'Cause we have the CSA, we have the Havens, we have
Ready for action.
a good amount. But you may make the Yavins sector be part of the Empire until Era 5 and have the section become the Tusken League. No, they broke off on their own earlier. Basically right after Emnor, they absconded with the fleet.
Weapons on.
I'm in range.
Holding fire for maximum effect. Those lasers. Attacking target.
I've lost engine 2.
Fire at will.
Got my approach vector. I've lost engine 2.
Opening fire. Ready. Bring them down.
Keep your eyes open.
Reporting. Knock out that cannon.
Target coming in.
Fire all cannons.
Waiting orders. All fire on those ion cannons.
Attack formation.
Our engine
Start attacking that.
Ion cannon.
We're gonna keep attacking this. Maybe we'll stay on this.
over there. Targeting.
Cover me.
I've got my approach vector.
Firing.
I'll try and draw their fire. I can't. Attack formation. Run in the left one on your tail. Coming around.
Enemy spotted. Torpedo launchers must be destroyed.
Loosen up. That's got it.
Need help?
Try and draw their fire.
All right.
I'll try and draw their fire.
Might be able to just north from here.
The enemy has got locked. I've been hit. Enemy station is under attack. I'm in range. To the pass. Need to break off. Crossfire.
We know they have some seculars to the north side. They do have Ord Tracy, so they might be able to build some new stuff. What do they still have? Never mind. Nothing.
Nebula class reporting in.
Build up a bit more.
Tactical battle imminent.
We'll just clear out the rest of these fleets.
We've got them. Send reinforcements.
Choose your reinforcements.
Normally I would even
With all
consider
speed.
going a bit further, where like maybe we'd do another stream or something of it. But it's just this version of the mod is also so old
Engage.
that like we're almost all the way through the 3.1 development cycle, and I've done no previews of that other than, I guess, technically by the hand playthrough counts. But even that started technically in
How can we be of service?
What can I do for you? Nothing gets
in a previous release.
Holding for maximum firepower. Targeting at maximum firepower.
Ready and willing.
Awaiting orders.
Calling for me, sir.
Our
Right
engines
away.
are gone, sir.
Because technically we could go and do some of the Yavins
at your
stuff and
service.
take a couple more of the planets, but we've wiped out all their production. We'll have wiped out all their fleets after this. A couple planets per faction that are kind of spread out.
Battleship responding.
Reporting for duty. Target confirmed.
I'm going to build the debug structure right after this and kind of see exactly what we're looking at.
Been hit. I'm in range.
Take out the engines.
Carrier standing by.
Watch your six.
Take out that engine. Awaiting orders. Trooper ready.
Like, I think the biggest fleet that isn't ours right now
Try and draw their fire.
is that stack of Imperial revolt units that spawned over Axilla.
The enemy has got locked.
What faction will be the focus of the next update? We're not really doing factional focuses for updates. We are trying to focus on getting the Empire of the Hand ground stuff started if we can. There's a few more Empire of the Hand units being redone. There will be a reshuffle of all the Imperial rosters in 3.2. And we're going to hopefully get a lot of the Hapen units in if we can as well. So there will be like a lot of content all over the place that is hopefully getting in. Like, even just if we were to just finish all the models that have currently been modeled but not textured, that's close to 70 between all the mods.
Ready and willing.
So I added it up in the Discord a little while ago. But it's there's a ton of stuff that, even if we make 0 new models beyond this point, we just finished textures for everything that has been modeled and is waiting for texture. There's like 20 Hapen assets. Mr. Puerto Rican just did 3 textures for the extra Chiss ships that were modeled alongside the original run of the Empire of the Hand stuff. So when the Chiss get introduced as a non-playable faction in the next release, they're going to have 3 completely new units.
Traveling now. Will be there.
And there's like,
Try not to let one on your tail.
yeah, just a fuck ton of stuff.
Awaiting
How
orders.
can we be of service?
So like, we're 3.1 and 1.1, we're more focused on getting some cleanup done and cleaning up some of the back end, like doing the era reworks, which is just the scripting. Nothing really changes in game from that. There's going to be a lot of stuff implemented in the next release. It's kind of a content focused update.
Ready.
Probably bigger than any we've had before, to be honest.
Receiving.
It will be a longer development cycle. Like, we're kind of going in and
How can we be of service?
planning to get everything we've ever wanted done, but
Prepare for combat.
Roger that. Take out
we'll still take some
lasers.
time. Will the next tier update come out this or next year? Like 3.1 is definitely coming out
For the new
this year. We're about to enter beta testing for it.
Yes, Yes,
3.2 would be very unlikely to come out this year.
pick on someone your own size. Attack!
Not impossible, but unlikely, considering how much is there.
We are victorious.
You know what the team felt like working on abilities for the Devastator? They won't be worked on for a while. Like, the scripting is still going towards other stuff. They'll hopefully be done at some point in 3.2. But all the Lewis scripting has been going towards things like the error reworks and everything like that. That has taken definite priority over making abilities for the World Devastator.
We're moving out.
Don't you use over-the-ears headsets? I find them really uncomfortable.
Imminent.
These are just ground units.
Construction complete.
Let's see.
Building under construction.
Construction.
Construction complete.
It's actually here. Those are those. A lot of adses, basically. World Devastators aren't currently in Thrawn's Revenge, Wilhelm. We cut them because we do need to do abilities for them. Alright, I guess we'll close it out with Battle with Nil Spar. Because the PA's forces are pretty nil sparse.
Tactical battle
So,
imminent.
my Bellion.
System
Endurance on station.
Moving out, Commander.
The assets will be finished, and then we'll be working on the scripting for stuff that isn't just the error rework. So that'll include the abilities for World Devastators.
Construction. Nebula class on standby.
I'm not going to bother with X1 point.
With all speed.
tactical battle imminent.
Inbound!
Choose your reinforcements.
Alright, Paladin Shield.
Engage.
My goal isn't to take out all the SSDs.
Battleship.
That was just a thing that I was going to try to do as we went.
Moving to your coordinates.
Reinforcements.
On our way. Move to that location. On the move.
Copy. Shields at they'll have to go through us first.
MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting. Reporting for duty. All weapons. Fire.
I copy. By your command.
How can we be of service?
Moving out.
No, the next release of PR will...
We're just
If it takes us 4 months to go through beta, then there's something really wrong. That would not be very good.
pick on someone your own
We
size.
have lost our hunger, but we can still fight.
What can I do for you? For the Republic.
MC-90 Star Cruiser reporting. Command. Focus fire on their engines.
Star Destroyer reporting in. Holding for
Ready for command.
Alright. Come on, Prada Vivita. Where are you? Oh yeah, you're at a different planet, aren't you? I'm not gonna bring it in.
Reporting.
Guess we just have to settle for the Armada. Yeah.
Ready. Destroy those laser batteries. Taking out that hangar.
EXF's here. Or Glory of Yavitha.
Copy.
EXF Raquel. It gets renamed. It's gotta be like the most
Reporting.
renames per
Pick on someone
mention
your own size.
in Star Wars.
Our lasers are inoperable. Awaiting your orders.
Keep your eyes open.
Awaiting orders.
Primary drop system
Battleship
is down.
standing by.
But
Should we go around for another pass?
this will be the battle we're closing out on as we watch the fleet explode.
I'm in bad shape. I'm losing power.
So, hope you guys have enjoyed our New Republic shenanigans, long though they have been.
Has been destroyed.
They've taken out our launch.
The CIS playthrough will be starting next week.
Our engines are down.
I've been trying to make sure that
Fighter
it's
bay is inoperable.
the mod is ready for it. We'll probably start in Era 4. Will the EXF ever become a regular buildable unit?
Watch your six.
So the regular buildable unit will be the Seranin,
What can I do for our shields?
and they'll be allotted to one of the Imperial factions with the roster reshuffles.
The lasers have been
Yeah, so hope you have enjoyed the New Republic playthrough here. Hope you are enjoying 3.0, since this is no longer a useful preview of any kind. But yeah, like the EXF is a specific instance of a ship. It's like a modified Serene. But yeah, so that's gonna do it. Like, there's still a little bit of resistance, but it's mostly just cleanup at this point. Like, the PA doesn't really have, like, maybe this fleet, but that's less than 100 pop cap. So that works. The Empire of the Hand is going to be taking the Sunday streams, and I don't think we're going to do a Wednesday stream of Empire at War this week, or at least of GC. Maybe I'll do like a community match night before getting into another Star Wars game with those. I'm not sure if we'll do like Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy or something. Also have to figure that out. Either way, thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed, and hope to see you for the CIS playthrough. Bye, everyone.